Okay, we are so happy to welcome on our next interview, amazing Nazar and Irina. How are you guys?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good.
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 So
Yes.
what's going on with you guys? How's it?
Well, we finally start teaching a little bit,
Yeah.
and getting out of the staying home.
Right,
It's nice.
Florida
Yeah,
already
it's nice.
opened the studios, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Not all the way. I mean, some people start doing parties, but we don't do parties in the
Just
studio yet.
individual
Yeah, just
private
private
lessons.
classes, yeah.
Very careful, going with
Slowly.
all the precautions, masks and
Temperature checks.
temperature checks. Everyone is spaced out. Nobody's.
How long was the studio locked?
2 months. About 2
About 2
months.
months, yeah.
Wow. So you probably are very happy that finally you can start working over there, and
Yes.
but we are like worried that many studios probably will go through a question mark: should we stay open or not?
Right.
Because
That-
it's obviously difficult.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, unfortunately.
Yes. So, how was the experience of recording for the Mastery Camp Online? You guys have been with us for a few years live, and now we had to come up with a different plan this year.
Correct.
Well, I guess, I was interested in the beginning, like, am I talking to whom? To the wall, to the camera? But then I guess the more you do it, more you get used to it. But I think very helpful was the fact that we've been recording a little tiny videos every year at the camp for the videotape. So I think that helped a little bit.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a bit challenging, simply because usually, I mean, when it's a regular live setting, you have people, in front of you. You feed from their energy.
Right.
But also the structure is a little bit different because, let's say, you choose the topic, or you guys choose a topic for us, really. And yeah, we'll hopefully follow it. Not always, but. So, then let's say you show the step or you explain the technique, then you ask, participants to try it, and then you pick up on general issues, general mistakes, and then you cover them, and, that's how it goes. Here, you hope that people practice on the other side of the, the screen, but you don't really know. So what we need to do all the time, what we had to do all the time is just using the experience that we have is to imagine what mistakes they would make, what issues they will run into, and cover that with the explanation. So that was probably the biggest challenge. And, some of the just technical stuff, like if you would see the setup that we had, we had an ironing board, and on top of it, that was a iPad. So when it's on the right angle, I would put the, cans of the dog food. We'll hold the iPad on one side, the other, so it doesn't fall, because it didn't happen once. And of course, in half of the classes, our cat will come and lie down right in front of the screen.
Of course.
Or my dog.
One
time the mailman came and she couldn't stop barking, and I was like literally 5 minutes to the end of the class, and I couldn't stop her. And I'm like, okay, that's it. I have to re-record the whole thing again.
We actually had to do some cuts and change as well, because we had suddenly the battery went out on the microphone and we didn't even know.
So.
Or suddenly my phone decided, okay, this is enough, and just switched off by itself. In the middle of recording. So I guess we all had a lot of those moments when you go, I guess we have to record this class again. And then you wonder, did I already say this on this class, or that was on the previous class? Because you already talked about this. So I guess we all had some fun stuff.
So guys, what do you think, what students will gain from those classes?
I think all the students will gain. We were trying to make it so it works. I mean, we know the crowd, we remember all the students, so we were trying to teach it so it will work for everyone, for every level, every student, whether you're a couple or single, whether you are even professionals. I mean, there's some technical details in there that will work for everyone.
Yeah. But I think it's actually this format, not that I wish that we're going to continue doing this format, that is not the case. But I think it will be different, but it will be useful in its way, because a lot of times during, especially if it's a bigger camp, longer camp, I mean, there is a fatigue usually, towards the third, fourth day for a lot of people. So I don't know what's the retention rate by that point. But here you can actually know what's available for the whole year, and you can pause and you can rewind it a little bit and see, okay, what did he show there exactly? What did he say? Where a lot of times when it's live, you will just, it will go for your head and you will forget it.
And how much you forget.
Correct. So, I mean, yeah, I think it will be very useful. It's a different format. I mean, there's a pros and cons. The cons, of course, that, you cannot ask the question during the class. There is a minus on this, but I mean, I hope that at least we did, detailed enough and detailed enough delivery there that the students wouldn't need maybe as much to, to have lots of questions. But if they do, by all means, guys, go ahead. You can submit your questions. Just, Facebook.
Oh my gosh, you'll be so busy.
You get all the emails, right? But I'm sure it helps that you already taught before now camp, so you kind of know the audience, the students, so you know what to expect, kind of questions, what they ask. So I believe that was helpful for you guys.
And
it was.
Film already so many different things for Dance Vision, for NDCA. So your experience, how to share the knowledge with the customers, it's obviously much stronger than somebody who never did anything like this.
Yeah, it definitely helped. I mean, because it's a very, very similar format to what we did with the Dance Vision, with the syllabus. So it's definitely helps, because I mean, you basically show the step or you show the pattern and you go into the details of partner and skills, of the technique, of the change of weight, of the styling. So very, very similar.
And then over the winter we did that NDCA videos.
Correct.
Which are great.
Don't you share a bit about that?
How was that experience, guys?
It was actually fun.
It was fun, but I think it took all of us a little bit longer than we originally thought, because so it was a project that NDCA basically spearheaded, and the invigilation committee, and there were quite a lot of people involved in that, but the main people were Rufus Dustin, Diana McDonald, Lori Woodsgay, and a lot of other people from the invigilation committee. I mean, so, and the main idea was that American rhythm is, well, at some point it almost became like a free-for-all kind of thing at the NDCA camps. I mean, you see people in the bronze and they they almost do splits and stuff, and and the students look at that and say, well, I want to do this.
Yes,
of course.
Like, well, it's not really not really a good idea. We need to learn how to change weight. We need to learn this. Oh no, I don't want to do it. So I think it was very important that the rules got a little bit, I don't want to say they got stricter. I actually think they lacked some, but they got much more clearer.
Right.
And so the project was not just to put on paper what people can or cannot do, but actually videotape that so people can have a reference.
Right.
And we did it on all three levels, bronze, silver, and gold, and it took us full 3 days. And there was no explanation. It was just, that's a step and that's a recording of that.
And it wasn't the patterns. It's not the actual, it's just the figures, elements, and you basically can put it in any order the way you want.
So it actually, I think for those who are creative, I think it's a great thing, because while it gives you freedom, but it also gives you structure, when you can say, okay, I can put this in here,
Right.
but at this time and at this particular rhythm and at this particular position. So you are not bound to actual patterns, like, okay, that's how the pattern should be, but you can do the mix and match. Okay, you can put the ronde in here, you can put the flick in here, but at this time and on this position. So I think it will be very, very useful, and I was very much looking forward to the effect it will do. But
yes, it will happen, right? It will happen.
Right.
So guys, obviously our people love you at the camp, that they know you, but is there something that they don't know about you, maybe a little secret or a little passion that you have that they are not aware of, and you guys could share this with them?
Well, I don't think we have a secret. Do we have a secret? So, do you have a secret?
I like cool socks.
Cool socks. Well,
like
they
cool
all
socks.
know it. He always wears those
true.
funky socks, and I mean, he literally, another day I start counting, and I think I counted about 75 pairs of funky socks.
Hey, what?
I'm glad it's not cars or watch he likes.
So he likes to collect socks. So basically, when the Nazar has Christmas, birthday, we can buy him a lot of fancy socks.
Yeah.
Well, but another teacher in the camp, Toby, he's also in the big time on the socks. We spoke with him about it. He's like, I don't think I own one pair of black socks. It's like, I don't think I have it in my drawer. I do, I wear it when it comes, but general, like funky socks.
How about you, Irina?
Me, my secret. I don't even know my secret. Well, I like to cook.
She likes to cook.
I
Very
like
good
to
cook.
cook. I
Very
cook a
good cook.
lot. I cook every day. I'm kind of healthy person, trying to eat healthy, homemade. So that's my thing. I teach and then I cook, and I teach and then I cook.
What do you like to cook the most?
I don't have a favorite. Something is flying over. Hold on. So I like a variety. I used to cook a lot of Russian food when I just came here, but then I figured it takes forever to do some of the dishes. So I switched to easier, like meat and vegetables, like easy meals. What do you like? Tell me, what do you like?
I like ribs.
He likes my ribs.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, so that's amazing.
And he plays soccer on the
I do.
PlayStation.
Oh, really?
All the time.
That's cool.
So that's your little secret hobby.
Yeah, it's his relaxation. He comes home.
Well, relaxation, unless I'm losing. Then.
Yeah, well, he doesn't like to look forward. So then, I'm there. I'm like ready to go to bed, relax, and then I hear, and there's a remote flying. And then Nazar going back to the room, and he's all pissed. And I'm like, why are you pissed? Leave me alone. Oh, you lost.
He's obviously competitive, not only on the dance floor, but as well on the soccer game.
So make sure you wear some protection on your screen, on your TV screen, so when you throw that controller, you're not gonna break it.
I throw it into the floor where the carpet is, so it's still not breaking, but yeah, I can get the steam out.
But you do change your controllers occasionally.
Now you know why, right?
So that was the secret. Okay, so how did you guys meet?
We met when we were kids. We are from the same city and the same dance club, so in Russia. So he was 2 years older, and I knew him since I was 8 years old, because we had different partners, but we did go to same competitions. He was kind of like a superstar of our dance club, Mr. Nazar. And I think when I was 13 years old, he was 15 years old, they put us together because they were trying to match by height. And I wasn't growing, he wasn't growing. So I was your sixth partner, right? Yeah, so they were looking for a new girl, and then they're like, oh, she's not growing. So that might last a little longer than 2 years. So that's how we we knew each other as the kids from competitions, but then we start dancing together, then we start dating, then we got married, then we, lived here.
So you basically know each other forever, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, we are.
So since you moved to America together, was that the studio that brought you guys in? What was your first job in the US?
Yeah, how did you get to US?
Yeah, the studio brought us in, and then after we came, the studio closed about 2 weeks after we came.
You know what's the most interesting thing? That's the studio that we own now.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Circle life.
That's interesting.
Place.
Same place, yeah. And the community we
The
live in
first
right
house
now.
we rented here when we came.
Well, we rented the room.
The room in the house. It's in the same community that we
It's actually like
right now sitting.
It's actually like six.
So you
hours.
like to come back to same places, looks like, right?
But it always randomly. We didn't try. We didn't plan. It just happened. So randomly happened. Like, wow.
So something was trying to make you just be there, right, in the same place, right in there, right?
So since the studio was closed after 2 weeks, what happened then?
Well, we started, looking for jobs. So I was working in Olive Garden.
And I was working in a place called Chuburger. I was doing milkshakes.
I can imagine you wearing this short skirt and a little hat, right?
No, it wasn't a short skirt. I was riding a bicycle. I couldn't ride it in a short skirt, so it was more like shorts.
Okay. So how long did it last?
Through summer.
Yeah, for the summertime, 3 months. Yeah.
And then we found different studio and
started working there.
Started working teaching in the studio.
Wow.
I see.
So that's interesting, right? And then how many years later you actually guys took over that studio that was closed?
Well, we worked for the studio for we were first teachers there for 4 years, and then we took over. Just opportunity presented itself. It wasn't something we were looking for, but it kind of happened. I mean, we spoke with you guys, and you guys kind of had a similar situation when the studio was kind of closing, and if somebody wouldn't take over, then kind of everybody that were there wouldn't be. Wouldn't be
right.
able to to teach. So that's what we did, and that's the place we're at. We're very happy there.
So how long then?
Well, how long we own a studio?
No, from the moment we came here. So we worked maybe 8 years or 9 years, 8 or 9 years after we came to the United States.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you worked so hard, and then you became U.S. champions, right?
That is correct.
But you first still did Latin, right? Before you switched to rhythm.
And you guys
and
So what made you switch to rhythm?
What made us switch to rhythm? Well, we have a couple of funny stories. One of the stories was we went for coaching, and one of our coaches told us, your cha-cha has too many bent knees. Like, you gotta straighten your legs.
Let me tell a story a little bit more. So we were for lessons with Paul Keeling. He was one of our coaches. We love him. And the coaching was 2 weeks before USDC. And we were in LA, in his studio in LA, and we're dancing. It's like, yeah, it looks good, but why are you on the bent knees? And we dance in Latin, and we have USDC, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. And we started talking about maybe starting doing rhythm for a while now. I mean, it's been a few months we started kind of thinking about it. And, we had that USDC, and bad result we had. Well, I mean, looking at this right now, I think that we had a very just result, but at that point it felt very unfair. we wanted to win the Rising Star this year, right? And we were like fifth. So, yeah, I mean, like, oh my God, So, we want to drive back. It's a 3.5-hour drive. We talked about it. I'm like, well, maybe we should try rhythm.
I mean, why fix cha-cha? It's already done.
It's already,
Add another 4 dances, right?
You do this too much, you do this too much. We're like, hey, you know what? Let's do rhythm. How about that?
But we had a few people prior to that just come to us and say, hey guys, you should do rhythm. You would look good in rhythm. And just randomly here and there, people were saying that, I guess, according to our movement, the way we danced somehow. But we're like, oh yeah. And then, we finally figured, well, maybe we should do rhythm. And the moment we made this decision, I think it was like the best decision we made, because I loved it. Just the first lessons we had just in the technique of rhythm to try to understand what it's like with Dustin. The moment he introduced us, Rumba Box, we loved doing it, and I enjoyed doing it. And we were just doing the techniques for like a month or two, just trying to understand. And we both enjoyed it so much. And I'm like, I don't want to go back to Latin. I really, really like it.
Yeah, the only one I missed was samba, but because of the music.
I missed samba music. I didn't miss actual samba.
Yeah, I didn't miss dance and samba, but I missed samba music, like moving to that music.
Listen to that in a car, right? So you guys we didn't plan to do smooth, but then suddenly we got opportunity by Tony and David Hamilton, and they both were trying for us to get to this style. And when we started learning, I said, oh my gosh, why we didn't start earlier?
Way back, yeah.
And I said, there is no way I would ever go back to the 10 times. I just love every minute of it. So it's, so we totally understand you guys. So
we actually were planning, the plan was to actually do 9 dance when we were switching, because at the moment when we were switching to rhythm, it was like over the Christmas time, we were still dancing ballroom. We were still competing in ballroom. Our first comp, that was Heritage. And 2 weeks before that, we did Standard at Superstars. We did ballroom. So like we were still competing in ballroom. Out of all the styles, believe it or not, I enjoyed dancing the most ballroom.
Oh, really?
My favorite one to dance. But we actually were planning to do smooth, and we had the smooth prepared. I mean, we had the routines prepared. And
why you didn't compete it?
Well, we had them prepared, and then we entered, rhythm, and we did Heritage. We, placed very, very high right away, which was big surprise for everyone, including us, definitely. And then, you know, a few more comps and it was going well. And the plan was to do the smooth at Millennium, by Millennium.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, then Emerald came and we right away placed, I think, third. I think we placed third right away. And, you know, we started thinking about it. Like, you know, let's just, it kind of going well. Let's just, you know, shoot for this one. Maybe, you know, something will happen with that. So we kind of, you know, put away smooth, but we did end up doing one show. We have the video somewhere. We did the full show of 9 dances at one of the one day comes here in Florida. We still have that show.
Well, it was kind of smooth and standard.
Well, yeah, that one.
And rhythm and everything.
Well, but you're such a well-rounded dancer. You know, I see you a lot dancing in France, especially Nazar, and you're doing smooth with your students so well as the other styles. So I'm sure you would be great doing 9 dance. Yeah.
Maybe
sure.
next live,
Maybe
right?
next live, right?
So guys, obviously you have been very successful in the rhythm, but are there any other achievements, results that you're very proud of, something that you will remember forever?
I don't know. I mean, I was very, very happy and excited. I think it was one of the highlights of the career when we won the Latin Rising Star in Ohio.
Yeah.
I mean, that was.
Yeah, we were like in a pink pants.
Yeah, yeah.
He was wearing pink pants.
I was wearing all pink at that point, and yeah, it's.
He had a
I had the almost pink jacket, my first nationals, you know. So
Yeah.
I understand.
But mine was like a hot raspberry kind of thing. So I mean, including, you know, shoes and the socks and you know, underwear.
So,
now we got it. How about for you, Irina?
For me, it isn't rhythm, but the most memorable result was in rhythm. You guys.
Something it's ringing, but I don't know what is ringing, so I think it turns off.
Good.
Sorry.
So for me, it wasn't rhythm, but it was not when we won. It actually was the first year of rhythm, and we were doing, we won Rising Star, and then we were doing Open, and we ended up being third, and we absolutely did not expect it. And we were going for the Open. Well, let's just have fun, you know. If we make a final, we make a final. We'll be super happy. It's the first year of doing rhythm, and then we just jumped over several couples that were very upset with that about it. But it happens. I just danced.
We did the same thing as you guys, so we're like, we feel you. There was one couple that we know that broke up because of our result, and we felt very sorry, but you know, we didn't plan to go and suddenly win. We didn't know, it just
go
happened.
and dance and enjoy, right? And
yeah.
So anyway, we ended up being third, and it was so unexpected that it was probably the happiest moment of my dance career.
right.
Yeah.
Because then the problem begins, because now the expectations start growing, right?
Yeah.
So now it's getting a little bit more difficult to compete.
I remember we had a conversation actually that very year when you guys were checking out. Guys,
Why?
you guys were checking out of the hotel that Sunday, I think, and that's what you said. Like, okay, that was fun. Now be prepared. Now the expectation. Everybody will have expectations.
Right. That's right.
But it was a fun ride.
It's great until you retire, right? That every year you're going to prove that you're better than the last year, right?
Oh yeah.
You kill yourself in the studio.
But that's what guys makes you grow. Like I remember from comp to comp, I saw you always look better and better, and that was I always admire so much about you. That once you win, you didn't sort of settle down. You kept pushing. You get stronger and stronger. So that was always, you know, heads down.
Yeah, and you both guys had such a joy when you danced on the competition that you just felt like the rhythm was just going through your veins, through your skin, through your breath, and you're just the most powerful and musical couple on the floor. So that was just amazing to watch you guys.
Thank you guys. It was fun. Definitely fun.
So you were such a great dancer in so many different styles. So who was your biggest person that you admire and give you, you know, the most goosebumps and, you know,
the biggest influence on your dancing or inspiration?
Inspiration. We had several people who were kind of inspired us, but as a child, who you were a fan of?
William Pino.
William Pino.
We love William.
I liked Dmitry Timokhin and Anna Bezikova from Russia. I loved them when I was young, and well, not like I'm old now, but when I was a kid. Who else? was there? Well, Brian Watson back then. Like, I mean, I watched all those, you know, tapes. All I could see, I never seen them live dancing in Russia, in Siberia. Like, do I see much? I was watching all those tapes and was really inspired and want to be like them. And then one day, you know, I came to United States and I actually can touch them.
Right. It was so surreal.
Oh, not right now. Right now you can't. Only Zoom.
Only Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, but we actually had the same. We actually feel like in America, people are so spoiled. Compare what we went as a dancers from Poland or from Russia, that you were not able to basically touch any of those people, or maybe the lessons were so expensive that you were not able to basically afford those lessons, right?
Yes.
So, right. And then when you move to America, you basically suddenly you make a little bit better money and you're actually capable to afford those lessons, maybe not as many at the beginning, but then later on, everything becomes like a real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true. What we had, like, coaches coming maybe once in 6 months in Russia, and it was a big deal for us, and it was like saving money for those 3 lessons once in 6 months, you know.
Yeah.
Right. But at least you know, you could still get some lessons, right? You could still work hard and still be able to work from, you know, from the best people in the industry, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But then it makes you appreciate what we have here. Like when we came here, we didn't take it for granted, you know. We really, really appreciated every coaching and worked really hard on.
Yeah. So guys, what's the next plan for the two of you?
Next plan?
Yeah.
Well, the next one, well, I mean, we need to get the studio working normally again.
Right.
And some of our students too. I mean, I'm really missing comps. We also have a very exciting project coming up. We can't quite say it, but probably maybe in a week or two, we'll share more about it, but very excited about it. Will be a long-term project, but we're very, very, very excited about it. And we also planning to continue doing the videos with the Dance Vision for the silver, because we did all the bronze. And then we kept postponing, when we're doing the technique silver videos and gold. And well, the original plan was to do it in July in Vegas. I don't know if that if that's gonna happen or not. We'll see. But I mean, that's the plan right now. So it's gonna be busy, and we're slowly starting to study for the.
We started to study for the
exam for judging.
Well, this is actually guys good time to study, right? So you can you should do that right now.
Then you can make all the big bucks.
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We miss you so much this year. We love your energy at the camp, and we cannot wait. We cannot wait for the campers to see your videos. Basically, we know they will love it as much as they did normally to learn from you, and they can actually watch you guys as many times as they want to. So hopefully next year when you guys will come to the camp, yes, I hope nothing will change and we can actually have a live camp. They can show you how much they have grown in that 1 year studying your videos, right?
Yes.
That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. Thank you guys again for this amazing interview. Stay healthy, stay safe right now. Yes. And good luck with the studio. We hope everybody will be back dancing better than before because they missed it so much.
We'll give you a big virtual hug. And we'll see you.
Thank you guys. Love you guys.
Stay safe.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.